Merhabat, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So we defeated one very large British task force last time. They got one more big one here, which is headed to the Baltic Sea, so that's unless they turn around and go somewhere else, that's not going to be my problem. And just because of how it's impossible to, see exactly where it's going to be at the end of any one month, it's pretty much impossible to intercept on the way there. So trying to force a fight with it will sadly be impossible. So maybe we're just not going to get any more big battles out of this war, but we'll see. Sometimes they do change course and go somewhere else. So they might end up here trying to intercept, trying to stop our invasion of Pakistan. And, well, we might have to re-invade Persia again. We'll see. I mean, they've got like one island somewhere. I don't think they have much of an army. Same with Japan, which last I checked was being invaded by Scandinavia. And the Soviet Union is, well, they're at war with nations I don't want to be at war with, and not at war with Britain. -7 with the United States. They get port strikes. I'm not allowed to get port strikes, but they do. Persia is still mine. Another Drake-class heavy cruiser, or pseudo-battlecruiser really, and a couple of lights. But we got a bunch of battleships, so that will not be much of a problem. Alright, the battleships are rolling out. Everything else I decided is not needed. Maybe. No, these... I think these are the fast light cruisers with all the torpedoes. Maybe having some additional protection in the form of my cruiser squadron might be a good idea. Because other than the two Isa Celebi class battleships with the refit Mark III 13-inch guns, these things, most of my battleships are rocking older Mark II guns, and they're not the most accurate. Some of them do hit hard when they hit, though, like the 16s on Bayezid Pasha. Let's drop down to cruising speed. Not been spotted yet. There you go. We've been spotted by the armored cruiser Crescent. And there they are. Heading on an opposite course. That's fine. And in this case, I think the two light cruisers probably the bigger threats here. They're gonna get focused by the 13s. Oh. Well, they're invisible now, so I guess fire is switching back to the armored cruiser. %32% chance to hit at 15 kilometers is not like super long range, but it's pretty good. We do get a lot of minus from other gun splashes though. That's stuff you don't have to worry about late game because you get so many like passive upgrades that reduce that to the point where it's simply just 0. It doesn't even show up in the shoot info. But here in 1920 it is. It is something you have to worry about. There you go. The light cruisers showed up again. All their torpedoes. There we go, the light cruisers have been assigned 1 battleship each. And are being accurately engaged. Mercy is being showed no mercy. But Bonaventure is gonna go down first, I think. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Alright. Now let's see about that Italian invasion. I lost a few transports here. Ireland is rebelling. Transport capacity dropped a bit, but it's not too bad. Yes, here we go. We're conducting double invasions. Can you also be in both circles at once? If I send you here? Or maybe here? I think that's like within the I don't think I can get close enough to the coastline there, but here maybe. Yeah, that should work. So all ships are in both invasions at once, and we should have plenty enough tonnage to actually get both. Now, no, they were at 60%, I think. That's been reduced to 57, so are we pushing them back? We're gonna stop the invasions from Pakistan, that's for sure. That's good. Let's put a light cruiser here. See if we can engage this one. Right. United States. Let's improve relations. I don't want you getting involved just yet. Yeah. If the Soviets were at war with Britain and not at war with Spain and almost everyone else, I would say yes to that alliance. And yeah, these guys also at war with too many, and they basically don't have an army either. They got one province, which I think is, yeah, this one. Java. And Japan also not looking too hot, even having lost half of Honshu to Scandinavia. But Britain is definitely having problems with Germany and Northern Ireland rebelling. It's 5 battleships. They had more. Where's that big force? This one. Yeah. Well, that's their problem. Let's see if I can fix my own problems. Let's see. No thank you, Scandinavia. And we're being struck here. And a single destroyer. Very, very exciting. And I'm just sending out a single cruiser, which is already being spotted. There you are. Keep an eye on those torpedoes. They launched. I'm already turning. Did they launch or did they, no, ran out of ammo. They launched. I can squeeze in between here. I guess these things have not been on the thumbnail yet. Actually, battleships, you can stop wasting your ammo. I did send them home, but they just didn't get far before the destroyer showed up. Should have decent accuracy here. There we go. And the cruisers were firing too. More flooding and engine damage. Drop you down to cruising speed. Let's just bring you in closer. This thing is out of torps, it's no threat. There we go, surrendered actually. Water Hen class, okay, that's a new one. 60 million. That's actually a decent chunk of victory points for a single destroyer. Okay, I should have taken a better look at what kind of torpedoes it had, because I just thought it was one of the Napiers, but no, it's a different one. Very expensive, and those are 16 torpedoes. Only 3-inch guns though, so more like a purebred torpedo boat kind of destroyer. We gained Pakistan. We are holding Persia. 53%. Let's like, do I wanna how's the invasion here going? 0%. They are not advancing. So once we've taken these, the quote-unquote Italian campaign will actually be done. Right. Very nice. I got some yeah, we got plenty of tonnage in both of these. So the light cruisers I have in this museum ship task force, they can go back to their ports. Not in a area, that's a museum ship. But the other 3... just maybe trying to prevent the British from striking my ports all the time. Like so. Yes. Can go to port in Hurghada. They're not advancing here. That's also lovely to see. I wonder why. They should have 100% army logistics. I think. Yeah, they do. And they have the numbers. Especially here. Outnumbering me almost 10 to 1. But they're just not advancing. Which is curious. Would be tempting to take Western India, though. That would be very tempting. It doesn't even take a lot of tonnage. Yeah, okay. We're gonna take Western India. I'm gonna get a little bit greedy here. Bombay. Now they have a bunch of destroyers assembling up here. So I will leave some cruisers behind. Let's see, the ones with the 9-inch guns. These two. They can stay behind and fight the destroyers. Very good. This is looking much better now. Losing a little bit of money, but not that much. We can hold out until the end of the war. Let's see, Persia is still mine. Soviet Union and Scandinavia. United States and Soviet Union. The good thing I didn't ally with the Soviets. And of course, their one light cruiser gets a strike. I would like my light cruisers to get strikes too on enemy ports. There we go, we're being spotted. We only have coincidence 2 on these things. Yeah, these are only 19-inch. They were, now they're blown up. The good lucky first hit. They are fast ones. Well, were. That's why the range is not that impressive. And reduced torpedo ammunition. They get one launch of 16 19-inch torpedoes. Fast ones. That could be very deadly close range. But overall, I'm not too afraid of these. They're really coming closer here. For some reason. Despite not having torpedoes. But there we go. Restless can rest. Alright. No transport losses. Other than the port strike on Porto. Britain regains Western Germany. 83%. Oh, okay. That means they're gonna take back Persia. They might take Pakistan from me as well. %, 30% now. Yeah, they're sailing right past Porto. So actually having a cruiser here would be a good idea. Yeah, once this is done, I can send out my battle cruisers again, and we can do some more invasions and whatnot. We got 4 destroyers here now that we're gonna fight with these 2 cruisers. I don't know why we didn't fight all 5 of them. They're sending all of their destroyers up here. to fight my cruisers. It's fine, I guess. It's no good. What a laugh. And some, no, not DDs, torpedo boats. You can go up here and get ready to relaunch an invasion of Persia, which might be needed. Maybe this was a bad idea, this invasion of Western India. Because without it, I could have just gone for a peace treaty after taking Italy. Now I have to wait for this one to run its course. And why are they getting a strike mission there instead of a battle with my cruisers? Because my cruisers have to fight 1 destroyer instead of that group of, was it 5? Another water hen. But that's just how the game decides to do things sometimes. Alright, my cruisers are being spotted, so we are closing in on the enemy. There it is. Wolfhound. Now invisible. There you are. Almost -8 on the beam. I wonder if my destroyers could actually beat this thing in a gunfight. It's pretty big. Bigger than mine. And not like super fast or anything. And the guns are just not that impressive. Of course, now I'm not hitting much. But it's in smoke. There we go. Wolfhound is getting closer. And Wolfhound is launched. least some of their torpedoes. There we go, that's the first spread of 4. Might have squeezed in between here, or are we actually gonna take one? Yeah, we are. They got more though. Now they're out. This one deviating just to threaten my other cruiser. And my rudder is out. That one is stuck in a turn. But we're gonna get it. 92%. It's not too bad damage. So she'll be alright for... well, hopefully we're gonna be fighting that squadron of destroyers next month. If the game provides us with that battle. Still 100% here. Okay. We are now outnumbering them, so that invasion is not going anywhere. But this army finally started moving, and they're gonna take Sudan. Yeah, they're probably gonna take Pakistan as well. Here we go. 6 destroyers that for some reason are being allowed to strike at Karachi instead of fighting my cruisers. They got 100% here though, even though I sent some of my ships away. Yeah, taking this will be nice. I need to appease the Americans a bit. Yeah. Looking alright. Seems the British have quelled their rebellions. But if I can sink some more ships and make them more unhappy, they're gonna have more problems like that. So, yeah. Here we go. More destroyers. Waterhen. They're really cranking out these things. I got 4 here now moving from Bombay, which I think they just got constructed. Let's see if Mahmud the First can take them on. One of these cost about the same as my light cruiser. And it's not that often the game gives me these convoy missions anymore. I assume that will improve once I build more light cruisers like this. And maybe give them some refits that improve their... I think the recon rating is one of the things that decides what kind of missions you get. There we go. We are outspotting the enemy destroyers. Which is good. Yeah, these will be quite a bit better with a couple of refits. Let's have the torpedoes target Taurus. Just maybe I can get lucky. But that's questionable whether or not those torpedoes will hit. Because they're very slow. The enemy is staying on course though. My ship is switching targets a lot. And they detected torpedoes. But very late. Do they not have... they got hydro too. I think their base torpedo spotting range is probably not that good. What kind of armor do you have? One on the main belt. You launched. Nestor. You got 4 left in you. The last 4. Taurus has now launched. But those are all gonna miss. Which means these 2 are now defenseless. There you go, just gonna straighten out and gun them down. Fox Sound is the last one they have with torpedoes. These are gonna hit. My bad. But I'm gonna torpedo Taurus as well. Wasn't quite prepared for the staggered torpedo launch like that. But Mahmoud is still afloat. The damage was not too severe. It was just one, was it 19-inch? 19-inch torpedo. Would like to score some flooding hits on them so they can slow down a bit and become easier to hit. Secondary is, there we go, scoring hits on Foxhound. I would like them to slow down more. At least I know the option is still there to just run away with my cruiser and let these guys engage my transports. Which should be able to hold... they only got 2.3 inch guns this time. These things are running out of ammo for their 3 inch guns. Storm. There we go, finally hitting Nestor a little bit. Actually, all guns just blap Nestor, please. Foxhound, excuse me. There we go, I think I knocked out some guns. Yeah. We're gonna get a surrender on Foxhound, maybe. Might be what kills it. Just 1% away now. Yeah. Just Nestor left. Come here, you. Yeah, they're also running out of ammunition. But I want to kill it. Damage instability debuff is almost gone. speed up and get closer. Although, with the flooding, we're not that fast anymore, but neither are they, because of the weather. We're running out of ammunition at this rate. Where are you going, Nestor? There we go. Finally, weather is gone. We can get some accuracy here. And their engines are out and they're flooding, so we can get closer as well. I was tempted to just hit end battle, but 60 million is not nothing. And that'll teach them to stop trying to hunt my transports. Nice. Good job, Mahmoud. Very nice. Now. It would be funny if Ireland seceded. They are now distrustful. We'll see how distrustful they become next turn when I take southern Italy from them. And if their land forces grab land, unless that's been changed in dip, but I'm not sure if it has, that actually also adds unrest. If you take land via naval invasion, you lose unrest, but if you take it with the army, you gain unrest. So, funny that. Actually, if you lose land by naval invasion, someone else naval invades you, you also gain unrest. So, Britain stands to become a bit unrestful the coming months. Even if they don't send me any big ships to fight. And I think now, yes, now we get to fight this flock of water hens with our 2 armored cruisers. Now this could actually be a little bit dangerous. But hopefully, if I micromanage the gunnery, I can manage to pull off some of those intercepting hits when you aim for a ship that's behind another one. And you just hit the one in front of it a bunch. Because of how the game calculates missed shots, just hitting something else. It's a little bit exploitative, but it works. We're being spotted. Now they're invisible in their smoke screen. At least I know they don't have like very good torpedo range. Both of you. Like so, and so whatever is here is something I want to target once visible. There we go. Medina. See, there we go. Hitting Marne while aiming for Peregrine. It's not even directly in front of it. It's just the game considering it close enough that, oh, you get to hit this thing instead. Marne has lost all torpedoes. As has Hydra. Good. Neither of those were aimed at directly, by the way. Marne has surrendered. Maybe this can be the thumbnail. Finally facing the British destroyer swarm. Let's see if AP might be more effective on the secondaries. I'm gonna ignore Hydra for now. See, there we go. 5-inch guns are now penning. Set the secondaries on separate targets. Now we're engaging all 4 ships. Destroyed torpedo on Peregrine. Destroyed torpedo on Eric. I'll see if I can just hit Medina a bunch. No, there we go, she launched. Yeah, that was me attempting to hit Medina by targeting Eric. Didn't really work out that time, but I think we can dodge the torpedoes. Maybe. Our little Hayreddin is safe. Dead torpedo. If we speed up, we might be able to avoid these. Is that one gonna hit the stern or just miss? Dud torpedo. It looked like it was gonna miss to me, but... Alright, who's got torps here? Non-such. Right. Actually, Hydra, you can get some secondaries. Non-such no longer has torpedoes. None of them have torpedoes currently. We're moving in. Just gonna let the secondaries take care of Hydra first. That's just enough penetration on the 5-inch guns to go through the armor. So that is good. We've not taken any... Well, we've taken a dud torpedo, but that was it. No actually damaging torpedo hits. Very nice. Speed up just a little bit. Now we're down to only 2 targets. One target, Edic, which it instantly speeds up the moment Peregrine goes down. But it's too late. She's flooding now. Very nice. Six destroyers down and 33,000 victory points. Now let's see what kind of effect that has had on British morale. And also I took southern Italy. They are once again rebellious. 69%. Has that gone down? Maybe. That's still 100% here. Still 100% there. This huge force is still heading to quell the rebellion that was already quelled. We're only losing 9 million a turn now, a month. Because of some successful invasions. But yeah, if we lose Persia, that might dip down further. Sudan isn't worth that much, but it's nice having a buffer now between northern Egypt and the British Army. Let's just see what happens in the next month, and then we'll end the episode. They took Persia. But I took central Italy. So that's good. Means I gotta retake Persia. It doesn't really matter that I launched the invasion of Western India. We have to keep the war going long enough for Persia to be retaken. Anyway. And then I guess Pakistan might have to be retaken as well, because that's at 87%. And might as well send out the veteran ships to be ready to take back Sudan. Just be careful not to send them too close to the port, or the game is going to interpret that as me ordering them to port. Which is not what I want, because then, when I lose Sudan to the British Army, and lose that port, all those ships are going to be teleported to random ports all over the place. And that will be very annoying. Yeah, 26,000 tons to capture Persia. That means this will be enough. These two here. Alright. But that is it for this episode. Goodbye, and take care.